Continuing on here, there's a darker side to all this. It's not just, you know, the health care and whatnot. And we've established, but I can't say enough how much that Barack Hussein Obama is, he's not a capitalist, he's a socialist. Everything he does screams socialism. I had to cut together this last video short because of the 10-minute restriction. That's why Weapons Familiarity Part 2, by the way, is not up yet. I'm going to have to find a way to compress everything into it, or just do it in 2 and 4, if you will. YouTube has now put a block on my account where I can't put a video, you know, on over 10 minutes. They said some people's accounts they're going to allow them to, and some they're not. So I'm one of them that can't. My videos can't be over 10 minutes long now. But going on, the socialism. He was raised, and even in his adult life, what was the preacher, Jeremiah Wright. Jeremiah Wright, anti-American. Very racist. I think it's his son has ties to Louis Farrakhan. Why do we need groups like that? Why do we need the KKK, the Black Panthers? No, there's no reason to be that way. There's no reason to have those groups. You're all a bunch of idiots. And Obama was raised and indoctrinated his adult life to believe that America is an immoral place. That's why he sees it fit to apologize for everything we do. Anytime we get ahead, anytime we win, anytime anything good happens for or to America, he has to apologize for it. Because it's bad to win. It's bad to be on top. Let's go back to his administration about the stimulus. They ran their campaign on the worst economy since the Great Depression. We heard those words over and over. This is the worst economy since the Great Depression. They knew that. And then the stimulus plan didn't work because they underestimated the economy? How do you say that it's the worst economy, but then somehow fail to forget that when you implement a stimulus plan? So the Plan A has failed, so now they're wanting to go with Plan B, which, by the way, get on Google and look for the .gov sites. Every bill that's negotiated, passed, written, discussed, it's on the internet. You can find out the names of the people who voted yes and no. You can look up your politician and find out who voted yes, who voted no. You can get a detailed track record. And that's what I want you guys to start doing with Obama. You naysayers. And the people that are with me. Just so that you have more of a reason to dislike the guy. Start looking up his track record. He's one of the key components when he was in Chicago legislation and up there. One of the key pieces of the puzzle for the housing crash. His policies that he voted on, everything he was for, was what implemented the downfall of the housing sector. And these banks were given choices, or well, actually, the choice was taken away from them. The people that Obama works for, which he's not in, you know, he works. He's a puppet, and they started saying, you know, telling these banks, you have to issue these loans with so-and-so interest, knowing that it was going to completely crash the market. They knew that. This has been the architect of the fall doesn't begin and end with Obama. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. He's just the face of the architecture. The architect, I mean. He's the puppet in the puppet show. He's completely in support of the tax breaks, only if you had your loans through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Completely in support of those. And I know I'm being, vague on a lot of these points. The reason that I'm doing this is I want you guys to go look this up on your own. I know I keep saying that. Go look this stuff up on your own. Obama is heavily tied to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. He's heavily tied to the downfall of the housing sector. This was a planned ordeal. Planned ordeal. He was with it the whole way. But let's talk about another thing with Obama. How's about redistribution of wealth? You know what that is? That means that everybody pretty much gets the same amount of money. Everybody pretty much has the same amount of things, simply because they have the same amount of money. And it doesn't matter how much you would make, you make $13,000 a year or $300,000 a year. The taxes that they're going to take out of what the $13,000 earns and the $130,000, at the end of it all, they're gonna be equals. And the wealth that's taken from the guy that's making more money is going to be redistributed to government programs such as nationalized health care. They're going to run our automobile industry now because Obama can choose who the president is, and he can fire people from GM and everything like that. They're going to run our banks. They want to run our banks now. Tell us what doctors we can choose, and all that. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. That's what we want. The government telling us exactly what to do with every aspect of our lives. But the wealth is going to be distributed out to all these programs so that our standard of living is supposed to go way up. Well, that's a little system called the redistribution of wealth. That is a key mark, cornerstone piece of socialism and communism. There's no argument there. That's what he believes in. That is what he believes in. The redistribution of wealth. They're going to tax anybody with deep pockets, and they're going to tax them heavily. Getting rich, however you can, that's part of capitalism. It's part of capitalism. What's something else Obama's doing? How he's ignored the freedom fighters in Iran, who for the first time ever are in the streets screaming the phrase "death to the dictator" about Ahmadinejad. Where are we? We want to intervene somewhere in the Middle East now. This is where we should be. Maybe it wouldn't do any good. I don't know. It just feels wrong to not do anything. More figures on the economy. 23%. Fun fact for you: 23% of the GDP is now in foreign debt. Could be higher now. This is an older statistic that I have. Double standards within the administration. Sonia Sotomayor, a wise Latina woman, better equipped to make decisions on the Supreme Court than a white male, or a white female, or a black male, or a black female, an Asian, Hispanic, or well, I guess it would be Hispanic. Never mind, not Hispanic. She's an outright racist. No one's calling her out on that. I get called a racist. I'm the big mean white guy, but she's not. If that had been a white guy said a wise white man could make a better decision than a Latina woman, he'd be out, man. He wouldn't. There'd be no chance. No chance at all. Where's the equality? Where is the equality? Start thinking about who you elected. Think about how we're going to stop him. How we're going to completely destroy any chance he's got in 3 years of being reelected. We've done this to ourselves, but we have the chance to correct it. Google Obama.govs. Check his track record.